Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens is a hauntingly beautiful novel that weaves together themes of loneliness, resilience, love, and the quiet violence of abandonment. Set in the marshlands of North Carolina, the story follows Kaya Clark, known to townsfolk as the Marsh Girl, as she grows up isolated from society, learning the rhythms of nature as her only guide. With lyrical prose and a gripping murder mystery at its core, Owens blends coming-of-age storytelling with a deep ecological awareness, ultimately revealing how wildness, both in nature and the human heart, can hold both beauty and danger. This is a summary of Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. From perfectsummary.com, where we give you the gist so you can decide if you want the rest. This summary explores a moving tale of survival and solitude, wrapped in a suspenseful murder case that challenges perceptions of justice, love, and belonging. You can find more at perfectsummary.com, listen to the Perfect Summary podcast everywhere podcasts are available, or watch our breakdowns on YouTube at Official Perfect Summary. The novel begins in the 1950s with young Kaya Clark, abandoned by her mother, then her siblings, and eventually her alcoholic father. Left to fend for herself in the swampy marsh, she learns to survive by observing wildlife and gathering mussels. Kaya is both resourceful and incredibly vulnerable. The marsh becomes her sanctuary, a place where she is not judged or mistreated, but allowed to exist freely, connected to the tides, birds, and marsh grass. As Kaya grows older, she becomes deeply attuned to nature, eventually documenting her observations and publishing scientific work, despite having no formal education. Her connection to the natural world is not just aesthetic, it's spiritual, intellectual, and emotional. The marsh is both her mother and her teacher. Interwoven with Kaya's coming-of-age story is a murder mystery. In 1969, the body of Chase Andrews, a popular local figure, is discovered near a fire tower. Suspicion falls on Kaya, the outcast who has always lived on the edge of town, both geographically and socially. The novel toggles between past and present, gradually revealing how Kaya's life intersected with Chase's and how their relationship turned dark. The town's distrust of Kaya speaks volumes about prejudice, isolation, and fear of the other. Because she is poor, uneducated, and wild in their eyes, the community quickly assumes her guilt. Yet Owens carefully reveals Kaya's inner life, her intelligence, emotional depth, and longing for connection. Through Kaya, the novel critiques how society often criminalizes difference and punishes those who don't conform. Kaya experiences two major romantic relationships, one with Tate, a gentle boy who teaches her to read and encourages her love of science, and another with Chase, who offers excitement but later reveals himself as manipulative and dangerous. These relationships reflect Kaya's deepest desire, not for romance, but for trust, safety, and love without abandonment. At its heart, the story is about loneliness and resilience. Kaya's ability to survive is not just physical, it's emotional. She endures grief, betrayal, rejection, and accusation, yet continues to grow, evolve, and find purpose. Her art and writing become her way of communicating with a world that has never truly listened to her. Delia Owens, a zoologist by training, writes with a biologist's eye for detail and a poet's sensitivity. The marsh becomes more than a backdrop. It's a living, breathing presence, echoing Kaya's emotions and serving as a metaphor for the wildness within all of us. Life in the marsh is harsh, but also nurturing. It mirrors Kaya's own duality, strength and fragility, wildness and wisdom. As the trial for Chase's murder unfolds, Kaya is thrust into the center of public scrutiny. Owens keeps readers guessing about what really happened until the very end, delivering a twist that recontextualizes the entire story. The ending is both shocking and inevitable, poetic in its symmetry and powerful in its moral ambiguity. Where the Crawdads Sing ultimately asks, what happens to a person when they are left entirely alone? And can someone who has been treated as less than human ever find belonging? Through Kaya's journey, the book offers a quiet but fierce answer. We survive, we adapt, we love, and sometimes we protect ourselves in ways the world may never understand. Check the description to explore the full book and experience the depth of Kaya's story firsthand. Thanks for spending time with us today. This has been a summary of Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens, brought to you by perfectsummary.com. your go-to for in-depth book breakdowns, thoughtful podcast recaps, and engaging video content. Be sure to listen to The Perfect Summary podcast on all major platforms and check out our video summaries on YouTube at Official Perfect Summary.